Now the cool thing I like about this dimmer is, I don't know, can you see that? There's a little orange dot there. Kind of hard to tell. Let's close the door here. Let's close the door and get some more darkness in here. You see that? That is the little dot on the dimmer itself. Right there, you can get that. That's called a little indicator light. So in the middle of the night, if you can't see where your dimmer is, you just look for that and reach up there and do that. Now granted, most bathrooms you can just reach your hand in around the door and open it up. And this one happened to come with that little indicator light. Now you can get them without the indicator light too. I just thought, let's do it. So that's what I got. I'm almost done with this. All I gotta do is shove everything in there, but I don't want to do that with the power still on in this box. I mean, it would probably be safe and I could do it, but I don't want you to ever work on a light switch box with the power on. So make sure you turn the breaker back off. Okay, now it's all about pushing the wires back in. And I just want to kind of fold them back up and bend them in there using my fingers. Try to keep your grubby paws off the wall. If they're dirty, you want to, lots of times when you're working with wires and stuff, they get dirty. So just kind of be careful of that. You can always wipe this back up too. Okay, see how I'm bending that down like that, and then I can bend it up again, you know, and just get it back in there. And like I say, this one's pretty easy because I don't have too many wires in there to work with. All right. Okay. I look on this, make sure I've got it on the top, and see, this flipped around. But because they're loose and nice flexible wires, I can just rearrange those and line that back up into the box. Start my screws. You just want to start one and don't tighten it all the way until you get the other one started too. Okay. And most boxes, you want to make sure that this stays nice and flat here, and this one's going to, because I didn't have many wires in there. But the sheetrock's all kind of mangled, so I'm going to have to kind of be careful because I want to make sure that this stays nice and flat so that my cover plate fits nice and snug with the ridges all the way around, you know. And you remember, this has been painted. See this ridge around here? I don't even want to mess with that. I'm hoping to line this back up exactly where the other one was. And these have a slot on it, so you can slide the top to the right or to the left and line things up accordingly. Okay. Now I made this job way longer than it should be, but now that you see it, you know you can do this. Okay, so now I got the cover plate. I'm going to hold that up there, kind of line that up, and it looks pretty good. And the whole ridge fits out a little bit more down at the bottom. And I know I need to tighten the bottom a little bit. It looks like the sheetrock is kind of pushed out right there too. I wonder if I should try to dig some of that out to maybe make the reveal the same. You know? I think this one is designed to stick out a little bit all the way around the cover plate. Sometimes they do that, other times they fit flush. You know what I mean? You just have to look at each switch that you put in and line it up accordingly. Before I call this one good, I see there's a little bump in the sheetrock right in here, and that's keeping this edge from pushing back a little bit, and this side can push back, this side can't. So I've just got a little screwdriver. I'm just going to wedge it up in there and kind of gouge out some of the sheetrock. And I could do that taking this out too, okay? I'm going to work on that just a little bit. Be right back. That's more better. Now look on your packages, because sometimes this cover plate comes with your dimmer switch and sometimes it doesn't. And you're in for a shock if you come back home, you want to finish it, and you get everything done, you think, okay, where's the cover plate? And it's not there, and you got to run back to the store. You know, that's the last thing you want to do. This one did not come with it, by the way. I had this extra cover because I installed a 2-gang switch cover like this where I replaced a ceiling fan switch before, and it gave me this, but I didn't need to use it, so I saved that. And I didn't know when I'd use it for anything, but here it is, right here. That saved me, that was probably $2, $2.50 for that. I can buy another Diet Coke with it. So there it is, off, and it snaps down and it slides up, everything's lined up and it sticks out about the same evenness all the way around. You may not get that perfect because it just depends how they've done your wall and how smooth it is around there. This could have been pushed in a little bit more, but there's not much I could do unless I take something on the back side of the plate back there and kind of wedge that out. You know, depends how much time you want to spend on something. You know what? Because I'm here, I'll fix it. If you've really got extra time on your hands, you can wedge this out. I put just, you remember the little pieces of sheeting that came off that I pulled off, you know, the tips? I just used that and kind of wedged that back in there and tighten it back. That moved it out just enough. Now I know you can do this project. Yeah. Get right on in there. Don't be afraid of things, you know? It's not going to hurt you to learn how to do it yourself. Fix those old switches, upgrade your switches. Maybe your old switch was a dimmer switch like this and it was an almond color and you want to change everything to make white because you repainted all the walls and you wanted something nice and bright, so you're replacing the plugs, the outlet receptacles, and your switches. Or maybe it's a regular little tinny switch and you wanted to put a paddle switch in there, or you know, just something nice and clean and updated, nice trim and everything. Now you can. Hey, last but not least, don't forget to turn your power back on. That does it for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.